Okay, so we've just parked up and I've run half a kilometre in the wrong direction up the hill. So I've come back down the road and we're in the Hunua ranges again. And this is pretty, woohoo, bit of a drop. Nice. Hunua ranges, and this is Cossey access road, which is starting off with some pretty dense bush, which is lovely, and a dodgy set of steps. Look at that, it's fabulous. There's not a lot of step in these steps apart from this incredibly slippy wet wood. So I'm going to play my sensible card and go real easy on these, because that's lethal. It does say there's a fairly well rotten set of steps, but I'm guessing that's a bit out of date. So it says the track is quite followable, although it can get a bit tricky in places, and there's going to be a few stream crossings. So it's only billed as 11k, but I'm not I don't think it's going to be it's going to be nothing. There's going to be nothing quick about this, I don't think, till we get out onto the road bit. So it's bits of, I think it's 20% road, and hopefully quite a bit of it is like this. Wow, that's a decent little start, isn't it? So yeah, nice little track. So yeah, I parked up and ran half a kilometre up before I realised I hadn't properly read the instructions, and this is one of those, I think. I mean, it is marked with the orange way markers, but there's a lot of tracks that crisscross round here, so easy to go round in circles a bit, I think. It's just, I met a couple of young women who walked past me when I was getting changed at my bike, and then I ran up and they had come back the way they'd gone, and they were looking to find a way back to their car park where they parked up, and had got themselves lost. So fairly easy done, but with the offline Maps Me app, which I'm still incredibly grateful to Zoe for showing me literally just before I came out. It's been an absolute saviour, because there ain't too much signal in a lot of these places. Fabulous. Muddy, slippy, dense, wonderful wet jungle. It's one of nature's things that can extremely swiftly go from a very pleasant to a very unpleasant experience if you're not careful. So we may be scuppered fairly soon at some of the river crossings, given the amount of rain we've had. I'm not sure I'll be crossing that in a hurry. Let's see how far we can get. Otherwise I can run back the other way. There are tracks in the other direction. Yeah, it's kind of almost a sort of a scramble more than a run so far today. Oh, that's a big old tree. So, but all good fun. Oh yeah, these routes are, everything is so wet and so slippy. I'm not sure how many people are coming along this bit of track today. Everyone's gone up the way I went originally, which is why I assumed, without studying too closely, that was the direction. This has got real spanning yourself potential. Yeah, it's not that well used, is it? Oh, jeepers, come on, concentrate. Didn't even see that. Just going to put my phone on me. I'm kind of keeping my phone out so I stay on the track rather than having to take my top off all the time to retrieve it. So I still haven't settled into this at all yet. I need to get a few K under my belt before I sort of settle down a bit. Which I found I kind of need to do, and then I get switched on to what I'm doing and can okay, it's a momentum job. Well, I'm a fan of this little bit. Well, I always say I want decent bush, and sure as hell got it here. There are a lot of little waterfalls, aren't there? Look at that. The river's looking very brown, very well churned up, so, and if they've had anything like the kind of rain we've had over sort of 48 hours in, well, pretty much central Auckland, which it kind of feels like they have. I'm only 45 minutes from home, so it's been a nice but chilly little bike ride out. It's 11 degrees, but without the sun is just still sort of coming up, so it's been a bit chilly. My fingers still get a bit cold on my bike because of my old gloves, even though I've invested in. I'm trying out my merino undergloves, which are better, and I could probably live with those. And I'm wearing them now for running because they're screen friendly rather than having to take my gloves on and off. Keep following the orange markers. I don't think we go far before we turn off. We follow the river, and then there's a sharp right and a rise, and we go up, and then we meet the road I was on before, the one I'm parked on, and we run up a bit, keep going north along that for a couple of k, and then run back across through the bush and back out and meet the river further north, and then come back down along the river. As I say, it's builders 11k, so we're not going far, but it's definitely in the fun category. And definitely got its moments. So I think, remembering looking at this map, there is as we move away from the river, there's a split in the track, and we kind of double back on ourselves a sharp right, but we'll check. And this looks like it may be it. No, not yet.